Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here we are about to get on our ship and leave the Emerald Vale. Yeah, I mean that's really it. We're on to our next little quest. Parvati's joining us. Here she is. So let's get started. Oh yeah, I forgot about Vicar Max over here.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Very well, you can do that. Parvati, what do you think?
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
Yeah, sure. I hope so. Max, what do you think? Oh, you don't. Okay. Ada.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Thank you.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have the power regulator, you are correct.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, you told me how to. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Okay, I'll be back. Hui. We should fix that light. Parvati, get on that. That's your first task. Okay, here we are. Look at that instant heat. Either that or it's water. Nope, heat. Look at that. Nobody needs to go in there. Oh, you know what? We should be able to go into these rooms now, right? Sealed. Sealed. Apparently not. Maybe she's got to boot it up or something. Excuse me.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Alright, let's... Hold on, No, I don't need to take care of something. Let's get out of here.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Get to the point, Phineas. I've been feeling a little lightheaded, also I can slow down time. Never been better.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch.
Okay.
I have contacts there. They'll help me. help us find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay, I'll go have a word with Gladys. Why do I need a nav key to land on this planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Okay. Right, the Black Musketeer. What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether? Can't I land somewhere outside of Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
Okay. About this Gladys person, how do I know I can trust her?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I would say I don't like working with the idea of a criminal, but as we know, well, we know, I don't know if Nova here knows, but Phineas here is a criminal. We are probably a criminal for anything that we've done over on, in the Vale there. So, we probably won't say that one. What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether? I could say that one, but I really don't have a need to. So we're going to skip those two. We'll do number one. Fine. I'll have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use, thanks. You want to explain what a holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned this thing has limitations. People will actually fall for this? It seems far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
Alright, well, you mentioned it has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Okay, so can I turn it off and on? I assume that's what he means. Like, if we don't see guards, we can just turn it off. Walk over, sneak somewhere, turn it back on. I don't know how this works exactly, but... why do I need a gadget for this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
You'd be
The
surprised.
holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice
That's
and
pretty
sweetens your breath.
I feel like most of the time, unless it's like a small business, if I walked into a fairly large place with lots of people, sure, there's always going to be like ones or twosies, but if you do the bare minimum of stuff, you could probably get into a place at least a little ways in, just with an outfit. This, I would assume, is you being completely looking like somebody else that they would know, almost. The holographic shroud. Okay, how the heck does a hologram sweeten your breath?
Science, that's how.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'll put it to good use. Thanks for that.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Alright, got it. Well, let's see if we can head up to the rooms yet. Our doors are all closed. The captain's quarter. Nice. Look at that bad boy. Alright, examine that. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Alright. I guess I did put them back in the position to do that. Computer. Oh, what's this? Oh, maybe it's some sort of thing for the bed. Okay. Anyways. Bin, we're going to transfer some things. Not that. This we can transfer. And this we can transfer. Oh, I guess we don't really need to transfer anything there. All these items we should keep on us. Oh, these are all of our junk items. Let's, what do we have here? Some space junk. We'll grab
Make
this
yourself
back.
at home, Captain.
Okay, I'll try. Holographic shroud, the UDL. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. We'll read this first, but then we have to go to the cargo bay. Message for Alex Hawthorne, logs and exits. So we'll do the messages for Alex. Unread messages. Oh my goodness, there's going to be a lot in here. From U. Bedford. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Signed, Udam. What? Did he make this? Copy of my favorite cereal. Okay, well, I guess he didn't make it, but whatever. Logs. Entry 1, titled Shrink Ray. Note to self, remember this later. And no, better Ada. Remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw, in actuality, with my own 2 eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells's lab. Just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away... Oh, if the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who'd dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells's shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fella wonder if there's more to the rumors. More to be had. Alex Hawthorne. Entry 2, titled Hammer Power. The last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udam was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardets yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardets said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power, or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Alex Hawthorne. Titled, number 3, titled Black Market Leads. Why won't Wells just give me the shrink ray? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be darned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or, breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets, or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons. without Halcyon, throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Oh, okay. Well, that was it. Weapons, it seems. Oh, Phineas's science weapon. Acquire science weapon on the Groundbreaker. Okay, well, that's cool. We can get those. Must go get them. Oh, hello.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now.
Oh, well, very
I was
well.
looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Yeah, sure. You're gonna be warmer next to the engine, I suppose. I'm sure all the heat rises, though. I don't know. I don't know how heat works in space. Should work the same, I guess. It's a pressurized cabin, right? Okay, did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I guess I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
Yeah, I mean, I get that way too, though. I mean, once you get started on something, like, sometimes I'll, like, procrastinate thinking that, oh, it's gonna be, you know, so bad, I don't know what I'm doing exactly, or this or that, and then, once you kind of start on it, you can kind of learn your way through it, give or take, and then I'll just keep on going, because, you know, it was a lot easier than I thought, or just because I want to get it done or something like that, or because I am interested in it or whatever. But yeah, after school you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Oh. Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation. Apparently Ada is the one who actually flies the ship. Ada, how about you invite yourself into the conversation? I'll just do number 2.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Huh. What do you think, Parvati? Is this safe to fly now that we got the regulator? Ada, Parvati will be fixing you from now on. I expect your full cooperation.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Alright, well, break time's over. I guess. I guess the other one was telling her to go away. Okay, do we have any boxes down here? No, we do not. Could use the workbench. Do I have this? I already have these ones modded. What I want to actually do is repair this one. We gotta look at our armor too. Okay, we're good. We can talk to Vicar. Actually, let's put all this stuff away. Ugh. Hope we don't need none of this. We'll keep those. And all those are something else. Okay. Close this door up. Sorry. Don't want to pull out weapons inside of this. What is that? Sam. This is crazy, dude. There's no response from the automechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters S-A-M. Leave alone, I suppose. Just close it up, I guess. This, what do we have here? A stern older man with warm eyes. What's this? The Modern Steel Wrench and You. This book is heavily geared with whatever, with doodles in the margins. Examine. Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a saw-toothed blade. Yeah, this is clearly Parvati's room. Close that up. Nice chair, I suppose. This is pretty cool, actually. I like that. Nothing in that one. Ah. What do we have here? Examine. Index of Banned Literature. Part 1. Various qualifying considerations. Part 2. Principal rules of restrictive management. 3 morals and maxims of banning unethical literature. 4 proof of the grand architect and predestination. A refundation of the titles listed here within. 5 consequences. The mind and the will of man when led astray. 6 official list of band titles, and 7 prerequisites for advancing the investigation, outgoing, and penalizing of offenders. Examine Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spine. The Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. The scribblings on these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. Heavy ammo. He has lots of cool stuff. Tossball trading cards in mint condition. Most of these cards represent players from the Hephaestus Hammers. Hephaestus, maybe? And the Tile Backers. The Art and Science of Tossball. He's obviously a Tossball fan. Impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry. Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. Max?
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime.
Ah, yes.
So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story, Max?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition, you say?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why were you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith. A faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud of you? Or weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan. Should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige. But that was not me.
I guess that's a good thing. If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Seems a bit extreme. What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. Fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me. I'm a thrill seeker and a lover of great renown. I love a good adventure story. We'll do the first one. We won't lie to him.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out. How should I know? I was frozen at the time. Well, let's click both and see what happens.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I must have picked the... I don't know what I picked. Well, I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists. I'm turning him in, the second one. I guess we can turn him in, but no.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
Just because it's the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French.
Baconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Remind me again, what are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
That sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him? That seems a bit of a long shot. What makes you so sure? Seriously, only one guy in this whole colony that can translate French? Actually, that's a good point.
The only one I'm aware of. I suppose we could always just ask random passers-by if they are fluent in it.
Hey, I'm the captain here. Only I get to be a smart aleck. Your sarcasm is duly noted, and will reflect on your review. Point taken. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, we'll just do point taken.
We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
I'm assuming you've hacked it before. How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
You were a vicar in a prison. Sounds good. Let's go. How will a crew manifest help you track down this guy?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Okay, well, sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
You're not following me around, are you? Okay, I'm gonna leave you. Oh, somebody cleaned it up in here and stocked the fridge, I see. Water. Water. salt tuna. Mac and cheese, bread. Fast ration pill. We'll put most things in here, I think. We'll put this back. Let's see, what else do we have? Tea. Tartar sauce. Ammo. That's not what I want. Two-hour energy brew. Caffeinated drink. Thinking caplet. Okay, we're just gonna put that in here too. Pure water. Solve. Ooh, a dinner. Frozen dinner. Pasta pack. Punch. Some mock apple cider. Ointment. Ration pill. I'll do the ration pill in there, I don't care. Antibiotic cream. Level head. Okay. And then we'll just put everything else in here. There. Now, weapon parts. I don't know why I have that. Let's see, what else do we have? A door right here. Just the bathroom. Alright. I'm wondering what this guy's all about. Doesn't seem to be a note or anything. There was nothing on his computer. We didn't see anything on there. Oh, look at that. Search term. Sam. Oh my gosh. First Sam results. Do not forget, you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance SAM auto mechanical in Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean killing machine. Should be fun. Second results. Removal of factory standard part Suds Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to, but I do. Third result. I'm giving up hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit, and it's not turning up anytime soon. But, good news, I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper. I can filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. A.H. Level up from learning things. That's cool. Ranged. Obviously, we're just going to do 2 on each of the ones that we always do 2 on. Stealth because of our armor, most likely. Perky, perky, perk. Deal damage based on the flaws. We don't have any flaws. Increase your magazine size of science weapons. After much adjustment, workbench. Sight alignment tool is much more accurate. Companion crit hits. 5 base armor. That's nice. We should do that one maybe. Armor durability, 100% stock on vendors for ammo and just general stock. They're not slow, you're just fast. 20% sprint. Tactical time dilation. We can fast travel. Time dilation. Shrewd negotiator. We'll do this one. Yeah, of course. Journal. Let me guess. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Vicar Max. Alright. So marked for purchase. Increase your hack skill when Max is in the party. Decrease the amount. 30% threat generated. Okay, so these are the same. This would be nice for them too. Increase the damage dealt by this companion. Oh, we'll do this one. We can't really do the next one yet, but that's fine. Okay, well, at least we know a little bit about Sam up there. And now we can head on out to the Groundbreaker. Oh, it's not too far, actually. Can't go to anywhere else. We go to Monarch or Scylla. We go to Typhoon? Whatever. We'll go to the Groundbreaker, thank you. Oh, nope.
Destination.
Spacer's Choice Travel Advisory. Welcome to the system map. We were on it a minute ago. Here you can see all the planets in the system, as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location that you have unlocked. Though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there, moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Reached the Groundbreaker.
Wow. Look at this bad boy. Groundbreaker. It's just here. There's no planets around, really. Excuse me. What is that
Can
from?
we chat?
Oh, what's up?
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
Okay, she can't be that good. This place is a dump. Well, we haven't even been on it yet. Is this urgent or can it wait? No. What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Huh. Well, you know, I thought you said you could keep this boat in good repair. Are you asking to leave my crew and join hers? I don't think she'd be much help, but if you happen to be along, feel free to speak up. Did I do that one?
Okay. I don't want to waste your time or nothing.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Break time's over, I guess. I didn't mean to do that. Can I?
Sometimes I can hear Vickers saying prayers to himself. Sometimes I hear him cussing about tossball scores.
Okay. Close the doors. What do you live in a barn here? We gotta keep the heat in separate areas. Or something. Vicar, are you in this room? Hey, we're here.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged.
Sorry, I don't mean to
What's
barge in.
occupying your thoughts?
Let's talk about your personal quest. Vicar, you're out of my... Okay, nope. I think... Okay, right there.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay, whatever. Alright, well, cool. Well, not much to say. This ship is just... I wouldn't... This would hurt. Everywhere you go, there's sparks falling. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We clicked both of them. Continue. Hey, Vicar.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
And you? Whatever. Okay, well, we need both of them anyways, so let's go.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Trouble.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
Steve Door.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
Whatever. Oh, you are the stevedore.
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
Let's see. Wanted Phineas V. Wells for various crimes and violations of board policy, including any and all of the following: sedition, forgery, conspiracy to commit conspiracy, unlicensed medical practice, destruction of board property.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so riled at him.
Wanted Gunner McRed. Dead or alive, Captain McRed, for several accounts of public intoxication, destruction of Groundbreaker property, unpaid docking fees, and resisting arrest. Contact Commandant Sanita if you have any information concerning McRed's whereabouts. Failure to report a tip may result in imprisonment and a fine. Proof of kill required to collect the reward. Is this... Oh, that's Phineas again, so just him.
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us.
Well, okay, let's head on over.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Okay, I guess. You're not gonna let me through the door.
Identification, please.
Okay, my name is Nova. It's my first time here. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I don't have an ID. What happens then? I'll say my name is Nova.
You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day.
Of course.
According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Alright, well, how do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Okay, well, this has to be a mistake. I'm going to be writing this ringing this Bedford guy's neck. Great, I'll talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
What?
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Her shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Alright, well, got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
I'm looking for a drink. Any recommendations?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Got it.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
I'm looking for something a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me.
Oh, cool.
Chief Jun Lei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Yeah, how about something long-term?
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
Sure. How does Halcyon Holdings work anyways?
Are you pulling my leg?
I'm new.
You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
Okay, the board runs most of the system, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
How does the Groundbreaker fit into all that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
So there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it.
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
All right, well, I got it.
Glad to help.
I didn't think there were many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
What do you know about the sublight salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
Okay, well, that's all I needed to know about work.
All right.
What can you tell me about Udom Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Sounds like a fun guy. So there's tension between Groundbreaker and the board?
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Why can't Groundbreaker and the board just work together? I'm glad it terrifies them. The jerks keep pushing back. Sounds complicated.
This really must be your first time here. There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
Well, I'm glad it terrifies them. The jerks keep pushing back.
It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
Thanks for the info.
Sure thing.
All right, well, I'll see you around.
Be seeing you.
And now we can go in. A quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostilities.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Oh, that's the Commandant. Private.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before.
Sure haven't.
What can Groundbreaker security do for you today?
I'm just getting my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, ma'am. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Okay. I bet you seized contraband from all over. Lots of freighters come through this station. Must keep you busy.
Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless.
Why aren't there as many freighters coming through?
Search me? I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it?
So funny.
I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
Alright, well, why can't you take incident reports anymore?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Do you do, I don't know, tours or something?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sanita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
Could bribe them. Any chance you'll change your mind? No. Back to my other questions.
All right.
We'll leave. That's weird to say.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
Very well, ma'am. I'm interested in the McRed bounty. Where can I find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
I'll take the posting.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
What bounties do you have available?
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
That's good. I couldn't help but notice the bounty poster. Better not mention that. So, what's it like working security detail on a space station?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
While
you're
I'm
evil.
on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Don't be so mean. Hey, okay, alright. Just trying to make conversation here.
I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
What's a Mardet?
We're the security
Mardet.
force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet? Is it Mardet or Mardet? I think it's Mardet. And not just guard or officer.
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Huh. Okay, well, very well. We're not going in there right now. Is there anything in here? Probably, yeah. Oh, what do we have here?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Well, we have to go there. Eventually.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Budge.
Oh, it's just an advertisement.
Around a sweet purpleberry flavored
There's a room back there, but I can't get into it. Lost Hope, the bar. Rest and Go. need to go to these places. Spacer's Choice.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a 0G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
You work for Spacer's Choice. You ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
It's not so bad. They're struggling, but they've got good hearts.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a Spacer's Choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
Let's see what you have for sale. Yeah. I gotta ask you about the hat.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
Oh. You doing all right in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Can you see in there?
I can see all of the top-quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
Yep. How do you brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new
He's a
products
commercial.
to
He's a
our
complete commercial.
Sprat Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Do you miss eating solid food?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon colony.
He is just on it. I don't think that he wears this to bed or nothing. Do you? Okay.
Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar
There it is.
Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy.
Oof.
The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
He doesn't actually answer any of our questions. Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here.
He hates it.
I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice
Poor
Specialist.
guy.
Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Does Spacer's Choice make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and
He
the
can't
proceeds
answer.
will be
He's
donated
obligated to not say
Spacer
anything.
Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Do you need me to help you get out of there?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now.
Poor guy.
Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
I'm addressing the man beneath the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Sorry I pushed you too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Yeah. I'm not. I'll just look.
Have a look.
Because I want to sell some stuff anyways. Don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay, so we want to sell all of our junk. Bye, Martin. What's
Are you
this?
listening to me, Emperor?
Medical bay. We gotta go in here.
You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
What seems to be the problem?
Can I buy supplies? No, I guess
Take
not.
care.
How about you?
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
What's this about? You're for what?
Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Oh. Well, maybe I can look in on Jessie. Wait, you don't even like her, but you're checking on her. Jessie's situation sounds normal to me. I didn't really hear most of it, to be honest. Maybe I can look in on Jessie.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
It's not really what I was going for, but whatever. Nobody's helping us anyways. Sick bay. Ugh, gross. Dr. Wanda.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain?
Sure.
If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Yeah, about that. Okay. Isn't this the med bay? What's going on? The Wheeler says your shipment won't be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Very well. Thank you for your time. Where's Jessie? Sick Mardet. This Jessie? Restricted. Hey. Okay. Mardet cartridge. You have found a cartridge with a holographic shroud. You can automatically disguise when entering the associated area. Is this it? Trespassers will be shot on sight and fined. Holographic disguise activated. Your holographic shroud has activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area. Moving drains the shroud's energy. When it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you are interrogated. No, sorry. You're not... We'll go quarantine, I suppose.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
Could be a... Nobody in here. I can't even get into those ones.
To the last ratchet on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie, it's... Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
She's worried about you. Open the door before I kick it down. She's worried about you a lot.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
Oh, she's letting us in anyways. Okay. You look fine.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. Okay. You, ain't with the board, are you?
Nah.
See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do.
Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
What did you do that got you in trouble? Yeah.
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of the ship, I swear.
Yet you think the board had someone follow you, and now you're hiding out.
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items.
Ugh.
3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
Doubtful. What does this have to do with the board?
Udon was my buyer for when I'd acquired the diamond. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udon's deposit I'd spent.
I think I'll talk to Udom for you.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Sure, whatever you want to say. Nothing. Okay, we better get back. Operating room. Hello. And without walking anymore, everything looks good here, and we are. You guys saw nothing. Miss Ellie.
Any word on Jessie?
She's in debt to the board. What's the story with you two?
Let's just say she did me a favor, and now I owe her. So, did you find her, or what?
She's in debt with the board and thinks someone's after her. I'll handle it.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Okay, we can go up the up the stairs, or we can come back here. This is the resting go. I think that's where Gladys is, so we shall talk to everyone but her.
Can we rent an upstairs room?
That's a negative on that, our body. Hey.
Damnable thing about living on a space station. No pigeons to feed.
He likes the pigeons. Hey, Spicer.
As you were.
Doesn't seem to be a lot here. Oh, we don't care about that. Flight crew. Computer. Pay to view movies, hack, whatever. We're just gonna exit that for now. We'll come back here later.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
How's life on the Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does the Groundbreaker keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
You mentioned Sublight? I don't think so.
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Do you do business with the Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Yeah, poor guy. Maybe we should ask about her.
Hot day, isn't it?
Yes.
Like someone started a fire in the guts of the ship.
I'm looking for Gladys.
Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
Thanks. All right, well, I mean, he told us exactly what we needed to know, but we are moving along. We go to the Lost Hope. The bar. Bar is open.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Vera.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till Junlei gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
I don't suppose you know a way I can get down to Stellar Bay on Monarch? No. All traders in this system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with all the time?
What's this heat issue I hear people complaining about?
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
Sounds like you might have an issue with your thermal control system.
Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse.
Could open a door. It's pretty cold outside, I think. What do you need radiators for? Well, clearly. Who's in charge of fixing it?
Engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway. Don't know what's got her dragging her heels, but I wish she'd hurry it up.
Well, good luck with that. Maybe I can do something about that.
That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Junlei in engineering.
What do you know about her?
There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker. Too straight-laced for that.
Don't suppose... Well, I'll ask her. I don't suppose you know a way I could get to Stellar Bay on Monarch.
Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say. The board recalled all the nav keys about 10 years back when the corpse pulled back to Terra 2.
Do you know why?
It's overrun with beasts, I heard. Big ones. Kinda chew your face off for fun. Might all be bored propaganda, though. If you're aiming to get to Stellar Bay, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. The board don't like them that truck with Monarch. But I ain't the one you ought to be asking. Try Gladys on the promenade. She'll fix you up.
Alright, that's it. Bye for now. Move. Server. Oh, he's just a server.
There's your drink, man. If you want anything else, just flag me down.
Light crew. What's over here?
Keep coming around.
The kitchens and stuff. And the bathrooms. Okay. Is there something on the floor there? Not worried about it. But you can have your privacy or whatever.
Just got done with a real...
This is Halcyon Dune.
Alright. Next place is this one.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? Ah, that's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
What's the benefit of modifying my weapons?
Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
How do I attach modifications?
Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering. You can take your new toys over there if you feel like tinkering.
If I change my mind, can I take a mod off or replace it?
No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
Maybe you should make better ones. Where can I find modifications? Everywhere.
Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapons are my specialty.
Does modifying a weapon void the warranty?
A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRA and TIES tops the list.
Yeah, of course. Alright, that's all I needed to know.
So, what can I get you?
Let's see what she's got. That we can't buy anyways. Alright. Yeah, sure, sell. I don't think we have anything to sell. Yeah, alright. Well, we're repair. Nothing to repair. Escape. Yeah, escape for back and escape for whatever. Their consistency is great, you know. Trash. What's this? Waste disposal.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go?
We're gonna find out.
How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch.
There's a dead guy down here. Crumpled instructions. Frankie, I got a lead on some local salvage. One of Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over until someone found it by poking around the stevedore's quarters. Lilia gave us the go-ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout. Look for a loose panel. You got to climb on top of their bunks and head toward the back wall. Lilia says we should watch our backs. She thinks we're being tailed. In other words, typical Lilia. Old hangars. Okay, so Okay, it doesn't really actually tell us exactly where, but... This... Not it. He's just gonna climb that ladder. Oh, it gets incinerated. I get that, like, it would work for, like, a little while, but not everybody has that amount of trash. They're not even green here, they're just gross. I was maybe looking to find, that thing. What is, okay, the lost hope? Or last hope? Okay, so we are moving on. This time we're going up the stairs. Halcyon. Look at that place. Oh, wait, I know. What's that? Okay, we'll go to this side.
CNP pancake mix.
Public terminal.
Now required.
Recent users. Calham M. Displaying recent messages. Messenger, manager, the hat. You made your spacer's choice when you signed the employment contract. I keep telling you the hat doesn't fit right. There's something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before me? Is this my life now? Because if it is, I'll take it. I'll be your moon man, but there won't be anything left of me to care. Martin. Poor Martin. Are you okay, honey? Mom. Callahan M. So Martin is the guy talking now. Hope you're doing well, Mom. Thought I'd check in. Engineers visit the shop a bunch. I remember when I used to turn the wrench back home on Terra 2. Lilia Hagen over in Sublight told me I could always pursue a career in salvage if this thing doesn't work out. Please give Dad and the others a hug for me. Mom, it's really great that we can stay in touch like this. Little reminders of home are more important than ever. Enjoy the quality Spacer's Choice goods I sent. You can get ones just like them at home, but I figured you might appreciate me getting the company discount and all. Martin. Public notices. The heat. I know it's bad. As the one whose office is closest to our radiators, you can imagine why I want to take 3 showers every day. I hear you. We've got eyes on the problem and hands and tools. It's a mechanical problem with a mechanical solution. In the meantime, enjoy some additional water rations and take breaks. You deserve them. If you're thirsting for cooler air, talk to your closest engineer about spots with favorable circulation. Seeking contractor, Sublight Salvage. Speak to Lilia Hagen. Okay. Seeking ethically flexible spacer with Stellar Bay landing clearance. Ooh, I don't have that yet. Payment in exchange for return of legal salvage. Details given upon acceptance of contract. Active warrants. Prior convictions. No questions asked. Our background checks filter out criminal red flags. Plausible deniability is the Sublight Way. See Lilia Hagen for details. Warehouse next to Spratwurst Joint, 2nd floor. Well, she's not shy about that. Loitering on board property is strictly prohibited. The Halcyon Holdings corporate office is and its environs are for conducting official board business only. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Board property includes but is not limited to Halcyon Holdings office here on Groundbreaker. The space directly in front of my desk. The space directly behind my desk. My doorway. My berth. And most importantly, my stairs. Thank you for your cooperation. Udom Bedford, Certified Liaison. P.S. Please note that the next spacer caught drinking on the stairs outside of the embassy may find themselves on the rude side of an airlock. P.P.S. This is the third time I've had to post this message, and I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open a board-sanctioned investigation into your behavior, and when you are caught, punish you accordingly. Felix Millstone. So clearly Felix is the one doing those things outside of the office. This is Sublight.
Sublight Salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
Probably spoken for. Well, we don't really want to talk to this person yet because we don't have that key or whatever. Spratwurst.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
What is Spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
Is Spratwurst like Borstwurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
Very well. What does terra-fry mean?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Okay. Is Spratwurst your own invention or what?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat.
That's enough talk.
Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats.
Yep, they get it from whatever. Do you have time to chat?
Long as you don't mind me grinding spratwurst while we talk. Little things don't make themselves chewy. At least not yet. I'm sure modern science will find a way.
Everything about it sounds disgusting.
Just as well.
Okay, I'm just gonna excuse myself. What's this one? Ike's Armory.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor?
What's that mean?
Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons. For those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Tell me more about your wares.
Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape.
Are you a spacer yourself?
Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations.
They did what after the what? Go on.
I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom.
Oh, that was it. Alright, well, I should go. Anti-Cleos. What's this? Oh, it's the door. Oh my goodness, a robot.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Aren't you just a glorified vending machine?
This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional.
Nice.
A trouble ticket has been filed.
Let me take a look at that. Maybe I can fix it.
Shock simulation restored. Initiating shock subroutine. How dare you? Shock subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
No, I'm good. Not right now. Okay, well that was a nice, simple one.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junling's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail.
Have you seen this man?
Alright, well, our next stop would be here. But we're not going to go here just yet. Because this episode's gone on long enough. I'd like to thank you for watching. And please do all the things that YouTube wants you to do. That's like, comment, subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, found something distasteful or what have you, please do give it a dislike. But tell me why you didn't like it. I do like to read the comments and respond, so comment about anything that's on your mind. Hopefully it's about the game, but if not, that's cool too. I'll look at it and respond. Whether that's on the video, we can have a cool little conversation or whatever. I know that's a little bit hard. I'm talking your messaging, but we'll make it happen. I will appreciate it, and we'll get back to you one way or another. Anyways, with that, please do have a good one. And bye for now.